Today I'm going to give you a full beginner's guide to Zoho Desk. Now Zoho Desk is a customer service software that helps you streamline the whole process for your business. Now if you haven't already signed up for Zoho Desk, use the link down below. That will give you a 15 or 14-day free trial, and it will also give you the best discount possible. So once you click that link, it's going to take you to this page here, and you want to go ahead and click the Access Zoho Desk button here. Now this will get you to do some simple onboarding like your company name, your portal URL and your phone number. So just fill that in and press continue. Now once you've done that, it's going to bring you to this sort of onboarding thing. It's going to ask you to invite some agents. You can do that if you want to. It's going to ask the channels you want, and it's going to ask you some Zoho CRM access if you want to give that. I'm just going to skip this just because I'm going to go straight onto the dashboard. Okay, so now that we're inside the dashboard, the first thing I'd recommend doing is going ahead and adding some of your team members to this. So to do that, you can go to the top right hand here. There's a little settings icon, and you want to go down to where it says users and control. And we're going to click on that. It will take a few seconds. And now we've got where we can add our agents. So we can go ahead and press this button here that says new agent. And this will allow us to add a new agent. So we put their first name, last name, their email, the department, and then you've got their role and permission. So this is the roles they have inside of Zoho Desk. Now an agent will only be able to reply to emails and that kind of thing. An admin will be able to do more stuff. So probably just give it the agent role. You can also select what access they have. So access to all tickets, their tickets and unassigned tickets, and access own team and unassigned tickets. So it's really up to you which one you do. Probably either do all or this one here. You've also got the channels that they're expert in, so phone, email, web, Twitter, Facebook, chat, forums, and feedback widget. You can add a little about them, their phone number, their mobile, and their extension. Then you go ahead and just press add agent, and they should be ready to go. Now you can go onto your agents here, and you can press the little edit icon. And this is where you can just change all their details. And then if you actually click into them here, it will open up their email just like that. If you click on the bottom of this box here, it should take you to their full permissions, so you can change the permissions they have. So for example, the module permissions, all this kind of stuff here, the ticket permissions, so if they can send emails, if they can view unassigned. So you can basically customize all of these ones here, and you can change all their administrative permissions as well, so you can add and remove specific permissions. We can click on this box here, and it will open up their sort of dashboard for them. It will tell you how many open tickets they've got. It will tell you how many they've got on hold, how many they've got closed, average response time, average resolution time, and the happiness rating. So you can basically look at all the analytics for each user or each employee or agent on here. And you can go into their stuff like their tickets, so you can see each ticket individually, the time entry, so how long they've been working, and their overall happiness rating. Now if we look along the left hand side here, we've got all of our setup stuff that we want to do. So first things first, we're going to go to our channels. We can go to email here, and we can go ahead and set up our support email. So by default, you're going to be given a Zoho Desk email, and you can also go up the top here and create a new support email if you want to, and this will be a Zoho Desk one. Now if you want to use a custom email, so such as your email at your company, for example support@yourcompany.com, you can actually do that with setting up their forwarding. So go to where it says support email addresses up here, and they have this little you can forward emails section here. So if you open this in a new tab, it's going to show you here how to actually go ahead and do it. There's a full guide on it. They also have sort of integrations for the top ones here. So they've got Zoho Mail, they've got Outlook, they have Office 365, and they have Google or Gmail, as well as like Yahoo. So what you can do here, for example, if it was Gmail, you could set it up here. So log into Gmail, click the gear, forwarding, and pop/IMAP setting tab. Enter the Zoho Desk support email, so that would be this one here. Proceed, verify it, log into the Zoho Desk account, open a ticket, check that it's got Gmail forwarding, and open the ticket and copy the confirmation code, go back to Gmail account, post the code, verify, and then check that forwarding a copy of incoming email is selected and click Save Changes. Basically what this will do, it means that if someone emails your support email, so support@yourcompany.com or whatever, it's going to send into Zoho Desk, and when you send from Zoho Desk, it's going to send from this email as well. It means that they don't have to email some weird email like this, they can just email directly to your support email. So the process is also very similar for the from email as well. You can set all that up. You can set a new one up here as well, and you can use the SMTP server as well, so you can send outgoing replies. Next up we have our DKIM authentication, and DKIM and SPF records will basically increase the deliverability, that kind of thing, and it just reduces spam, that kind of thing. So you can set all this up, and they have some in-depth settings here on how to do it. Then they also have some advanced configurations here, so you can turn all of these on or off depending on what they do, but just read through them, see if they meet your needs. Next up we have the Help Center section. So they have Help Center, they have your company logo, the favicon, the URL, the center name, the portal name. They have the access settings, so customers can sign up for Help Center. You've got all of these different settings that you can mess around with. You've got your languages here, so you can turn it onto multilingual and add different languages if you support multiple languages. And then you have your Help Center customization here. So they've got these different themes by default. Let's just use the elegant one. So we can press customize here, and this is what your Help Center is going to look like. You have all of your appearance settings here. So you've got your fonts, your colors, headers, all that kind of stuff here. You've got HTML and CSS. I'd probably not touch that for now because you probably could mess it up if you don't know what you're doing. And you've got the tabs section here. So you've got home, this stuff here, home, knowledge base, my area, and sign in. And then we have our widgets here. So these are the different widgets. So announcements, categories, that kind of thing. And we can go ahead here and use these widgets, or we can create custom widgets here. Press add widget. We can put a name in, description, and we can put some content in here. So maybe you've got some kind of commonly asked topic, you can put that in here. Then we go down to pages, and we could add or drag those different modules in. There we go. So we could drag it into here, and we could drag our custom ones in here if we go to custom as well. And we can save that and publish it. And if we press preview, now we can see what our Help Center looks like. So yeah, it just looks pretty good. It has your submit a ticket button as well, so that it will integrate with your help desk basically. You have some user authentication settings here, some connected logins here, which you can do if you want to, meaning that they can use these accounts to log into your help desk. Stuff like Google will help people to sign in quickly. You've got your SEO. You can sort that out if you want to. Then you have your email templates here. So the first one we have here is the invitation. This is when someone signs up to your help center or whatever, and it basically says you're invited to, and it has this here, which is a dynamic tag which will change to your company. You're invited to this portal, and basically it will give them a login, that kind of thing here. They've got a subject line here which again uses the dynamic tag, and you can go in and edit if you want to. You can also edit the activation and the deactivation email templates here. Next up we have users, so we can see all of our users that we have here. We can invite some users with email IDs with a space in between. We have user labels, so we can tag them with different things. And we have our user groups as well, so you can tag them based on different groups. Next up we have the Google authentication, so we can actually set up Zoho Desk with our GA4. Press this I agree, and you can authenticate it, set it all up just so you can keep a track on it if you need to. You can also connect it up with Sales IQ, which is another Zoho product, and you can connect it with PageSense as well. Next up we have the chat section here, so we can enable a chat. This is going to be a live chat that we can put onto our site and things like that, so it might take a second to enable. And essentially the way you're going to be able to integrate it is you need to copy this code here, and you need to paste the following code into your HTML source code before the closing tag. This must be on every page you want to show the widget on. So you can put that onto your Shopify or whatever, and that will pop up. And then they also have some advanced settings here, which you can go through if you want to. Now, a lot of places will also have apps for Zoho Desk. So if you don't know how to do this code, it can be done with an app. But if you want some more in-depth videos about how to actually integrate this, we can do that. Next up, we have the community tab. So we've got the categories here. These are basically community Q&As. So it just means that people can save time, or you can save time not having to answer every single question. We have some preferences here, and we have gamification as well. This basically awards people for activity. If you turn it on up here, you can sort of give people points based upon replies, that kind of thing. And yeah, they can get badges, they can get rewards. So basically giving good responses, that kind of thing. Next up, we have social. So we can connect all of our social medias. So we've got our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all into here. And we can configure the conversations into here, so that you can talk straight through here. So we can create a brand here. We can add all that stuff in, and then we can connect it up with our social medias, so that we can just speak with our users through here, basically. Next, we have our phone support here. So there's a lot of different phone support softwares that they actually integrate with, a huge amount. They also have Zoho Voice, which you can just integrate with, which I'd recommend doing. Zoho Voice is very good. And it's going to obviously integrate the best out of all of these, because they're designed to work together. So you can go ahead and use that. Next up, we have web forms. So you can create a feedback widget here. So you can create some, feedback, so they can review how things were. They can review how a process was, or how a agent was, for example. You can do those and save those. And you can also do some advanced forms as well, which helps simplify tickets, basically. Lastly, on the channels, we have instant messaging. You just activate it, and then you can connect WhatsApp, Messenger, Telegram, Line, WeChat, and Instagram. This is coming soon, and you can just configure these all very simply. Press configure, you integrate it all in, and it just means that you can use all of these different platforms to speak to your customers with. So they can message you on WhatsApp, and you can message them within Zoho Desk. So here we have some general settings. We've got rebranding. You can add logos, favicons, that kind of thing. We have domain mapping, so we can go ahead and map a domain here. So we add the domain, we will verify ownership, we'll get SSL, and this will mean that we can then use Zoho Desk on our site. We've got the portal name, and we have some other multi-branding options here. We have our business hours here, so we can add business hours. Let's say that we only do 9 till 5 or 9 till 6 every day. We can add that, and that will just let the customers know that you're not going to get a reply for a few hours, basically. We've also got a holiday list here for days that we're not working. We can add a holiday. We can select the dates here, and we can turn those off. Now we have customer happiness here. So this is the review, or like the feedback thing they're going to get after they've had a ticket. So you can add different ratings here. You've got good, okay, and bad. And you can just basically change the response when they rate it, the response on feedback, and you can basically change these. Just press edit. You can change the emoji, you can change the rating, all of that kind of stuff. You can select when this is sent, so to every response, or you can select it to just a ticket when the ticket's closed. I'd probably do that one there. There's some other settings here that you can mess around with, but once you've done that, just press save. Next up, we have the products here, so we can add a product name, product code, product category, the owner of it, and a description. And then we have the departments tag here, where we can create different departments for our customer support. So maybe you have a HR team or a tech team. You can have these different departments, meaning that the inquiries will get sent to different departments based on their needs. We have Zia here, which is the AI-powered assistant. You can try it now, and this basically will help to speed it up. So it's going to be able to answer like simple questions and common questions. It's going to learn from that. So you can turn all of these on if you want to, and just see if it's applicable for your business. I'm sure it will be in some ways. They've also got this section called guided conversations, and basically these are conversations which have self-solutions. So a guided conversation will ask people questions and it will ask them what their problem is, that kind of thing. And when the customer clicks on it or types about it, it's going to send them to a help guide just so they can kind of help themselves rather than having to use a support agent's time. So if I view a sample flow here, it will look something like this. It's like, choose what you'd like to explore first. It will give you the options. So we'll say, click this one here. Then it's going to give us some more, things we can click on. And basically this is a way for people to click on and find information about commonly asked topics which can be answered very easily. Things like, how do I track my order, for example, would be one that you could put in here, and it could send them to a tracking page and tell them the instructions for it. You've also got guided conversation widgets, which you can use once you've created a flow. You have global variables, so you can use that. And then you have session variables as well. You also have your game scope here. So you've got challenges. So for example, if someone closes a ticket in a certain amount of time, then they're going to get rewards, that kind of thing. So next up we have the customization settings. So we have our ticket status. So we can have open, on hold, escalated, closed. We can add a new status here. We can select the sort of type of it, but you might have something like passed on to higher or something like that. So you can change those. You've got layouts and fields. So you've got your layout rules, your validation rules, field list. So you've got all of these, field dependencies, field permissions, and your search fields. Next up we have our time tracking. So this is where you can go ahead and track the time it takes for a ticket to be answered. So you can do this manually or automatically. Automatically is going to be better in my opinion. And these are the specific actions that you can track: reply, comment, manual draft, resolution, field update, attachment, approvals, chat, and remote assist. And you can select the activities that you manually track time for. So tasks, events, calls, and you can run the timer for one activity at a time if you want to. So they can't double up on that, if that makes sense. You've got your modules list, your organized modules, and you can rename modules. So you've got all of these here. And then we've got our templates here. So we've got our email templates. So you've got a ton of different ones. So agent, notify agent on signing a call, all the way through to your contact notifications, secondary contact notifications, team notifications, all that kind of stuff. And you can click inside of here and you can basically edit it. So this is what your agents are going to see. So it's going to say hi, and it's going to say their name, and it's going to give all the information about the call. So the call subject, the start time, priority, ticket, contact name, created time, created by. So this will basically send to the person who's been assigned the ticket. And you can also create a ticket template as well. So this is just for tickets that happen over and over again, I guess you could say. We've got more general settings in here. So we've got secondary contacts, so CC and tickets, send as email, and schedule reply. So you can change all these if you want to. We have our contacts here. So we've got spam detection, associate contact with multiple accounts. So they might have multiple emails, that kind of thing. And then we've got an idle timeout for agents. So if they're not moving their mouse or got any keystrokes, then it's going to stop tracking their time and it's going to be a timeout for them. You've also got your language. We already spoke about this, but you can add other languages here. And you've got personal settings. Next up, we have the section about automations. So automations are pretty useful in customer support. So you've got your direct assignment here. So you can automatically assign certain tickets to certain people. You can set that. You've got round robin rules as well. So you can go ahead and set those. You've got notify rules. So you can send all these different notifications depending on different things. So you can contact, when someone receives a ticket, you can send an email notification, that kind of thing. You can turn these on or off depending on the priority of it, I guess. Feed preferences or feeds preference, so you can change all these. And then we have our workflows. So you've got rules here. We can create a rule. So we can have ticket, we can call it a rule name. We can add a description here. So let's just say here, and we can execute this rule when a specific thing happens. So create the rule when a customer reply happens, and then we select the criteria, the let's say the recent comment contains one of the following words, so track or placed or something like that. So you can kind of segment them. So if someone's trying to find when their order was placed or how to do something, you can capture all these keywords that are commonly used, and you can then use it as a flow to sort of automatically send a specific type of email. If I press here, but you can go ahead and basically set all those up. And for this, you might want to set up some alerts and some tasks so that these all work well. You've got your field updates, and you've got your custom functions that you can configure. So predefined, ready to deploy custom functions from the gallery, or create your own functions for your business needs. You've got skills here, so you can create skills and you can then give specific skills to specific team members, meaning that certain tickets will only get sent to people that have the correct skills to deal with the ticket. You've got your blueprint here, so allows you to test tickets basically. It gives you a trial, that kind of thing. And then you have your macros here. So your macros are things like automations for tickets, for replies, that kind of thing. So it's the same process as the workflows pretty much. You can customize all of these here. We've got escalations, so if there's no resolution within a certain amount of time, it can get escalated to someone who's a bit more knowledgeable on the topic. You've got supervision settings, you've got support contracts, and you've got your schedules here. Again, down here you've got your agents, your teams, and your permissions, what we spoke about earlier. Then you have some just data administration stuff. You've got your sandbox where you can test things out. You can import stuff, you can export stuff. You've got bulk actions, recycling bin where you can throw stuff away. You've got switch, which is bring data from other places. And you've got your audit log as well. Then lastly down here you have your marketplace, so you can you've got different sort of apps and extensions that you can add to this for whatever reason you might want to. You've got Zoho ones, Microsoft ones, and other. And then you've got your API stuff for developers. You've got your webhooks, that kind of thing. But here you can connect all of these different platforms. You can connect Calendly to Zoho Desk, so it will automatically integrate into your Calendly, you know, that kind of stuff, just to make it a bit more of a seamless process. Now we can go up here to the ticket section, and this is where all the tickets will come in. You'll be able to see which agents have been assigned tickets, which ones they're going to be working on next. You can see the team queue, you can see the tags, that kind of thing. Then we can also look at our help center stuff here. So you can write articles here. We've got our community stuff, our customers, analytics, so we can see all the ticket information, activities, social, chat, and instant messaging here. That's basically how you use Zoho Desk, as much of a beginner guide as we can do. If you have any specific questions about it, then let me know down below. And if you haven't signed up already, then make sure to use the link down below, as that will give you the best price, and it will also give you a 14-day free trial on Zoho Desk. So it's well worth doing that. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.